Good evening, guys. As you can see, we're here once again with another fantastic reskin pack to look at. And joining me this evening is, as always, Mr. Beeman.
Hello, fellow simmers. How are we all doing? Lewis is supposed to be joining us for this stream to talk about his pack, but he hasn't shown up just yet. So, yeah, I don't know where he is at, but yeah, he might be here later on. We'll see.
Right, so we'll jump straight in and we'll talk about the pack, and then we'll do a couple of runs up and down, and we may try and do an hour, 2 hours. What do you think, Mr. Beeman? Will depend how we feel. But yeah, so
probably around about an hour or so.
Yeah,
you know.
we're going to say we can do as much more, but yeah. Right, okay, so do you want to explain the pack to me? And then we'll take this beautiful reskin for a drive, I suppose you could say.
Okay, yeah, so basically what you guys can see in front of you is the Class 37 National Railway Museum owned D6700, and this is a reskin pack which has been in production for quite some time now. And basically it's been produced by Lewis Brown, aka LJ Trains. He did the reskins, and then Will Braddock has also been involved with this pack as well, doing little bits and pieces on the side. So the pack includes 4 new reskins for the Armstrong Powerhouse Volume 2 pack of the 37. As we can see on the far right-hand side, it has the BR plain green version with the warning flashes, and this is the 1998 version of D6700. And then next to it, we just have the plain green one without the warning flashes, and it also doesn't have a cant rail like the other one. And this is the sort of early 2000s sort of variant. And then we come to the probably most well-known one, which is the sort of, I believe it was around 2010, 2011, 12. I don't know exact date that the yellow panel was painted on there, but it's the half yellow panel version, which I like to be honest, I like to call the half extended yellow panel, because it's not actually it's not the fully proper yellow panel. And that's one of the unique things about D6700 is it has like an extended yellow panel that goes past the marker lights, whereas originally for a 37 with yellow panel it doesn't go any further than the marker lights. So it's an interesting feature that D6700 has. It's a unique thing, and that's why it's interesting that Lewis and Will have done reskin.
Yeah, having compared it to a different loco, the yellow square or rectangle, you could call it, only went as far as the red marker lights. Obviously, it's the full length of the front end. But no, so we'll take a look at the reskin in detail now. We'll start with the left-hand side.
Yeah, on the far right, I forgot to mention, on the far right is the version where it doesn't have a headlight, and this is its current 2022 version at the GCR. So yeah.
Right, okay, so we'll go over to this side now and have a look at this one, because obviously we'll start from left to right. This, I believe, is the 1998 version.
It is, yeah.
So obviously, I've had a play with this reskin earlier. We've had this conversation off screen, and the pair of us have. We've had this debate this afternoon, and one of the first things that I noticed about the reskin was the buffers. They look absolutely gorgeous. You've explained to me how they've been done. They look gorgeous. I love the grease marks on the front end. You've got the silver background. It looks beautiful. Guys, apologies for this sort of stuttery thing. Obviously, AP products, you do get a bit of stutter on it if you've got loads on the same tile, but yeah, it won't be for too long, don't worry. Another thing to notice is the lovely orange cant lining as well. That looks gorgeous. This was something of a debate, really, wasn't it? And this produced a bit of a joke within the BLS Facebook page and Discord server, and it's the yellow Timken bearings. Timken bearings, and that was only because of the fact that people thought we were doing the steam loco. And to be fair, it's understandable. People thought that, but sadly, guys, it's not a steam loco. It's the beautiful 37. So yeah.
What do you mean, sadly?
Oh, hello, sorry, Lewis.
Oh, he's here. Lewis is right.
Yeah, better late than never.
Yeah, the author of the 37s is here, guys.
Join in us.
Obviously, on this version, you got the yellow overhead warning stickers. They look quite nice. Very nice, in fact, actually. You've then got the BR Lake Crest logos. But yeah, it's a lovely reskin, to be honest. It's one I never even knew is in the D6700. I have actually seen this engine in this condition when it was the headlight at NRM at Railfest 2012, but I didn't really pay much attention to it at the time. It was only when Sam mentioned it, I actually had to look it up and see which loco it was. But no, it looks so weird seeing a 37 in green without the yellow warning panel, or the yellow warning. It's warning panel, isn't it? Then of course you then come on to the next version, which is early 2000s, Sam.
Yeah.
It's not early 2000s.
What is it?
Well, remember, Sam, early 2000s, it was in the nameplated version. The green one, that one there you're looking at there, is I remember seeing a picture of that in 2012. So we'll go around that era, you know.
Well, it was definitely in 2009 because it visited the North York
Right.
Moors.
We have our first comment this evening, guys, from Mr. J. Darlington. Hello, James. James is a good friend of mine from the club. Also, apparently the Discord link doesn't work. Okay, right. Okay, that's worrying. I'll check that out at some point. Thanks for that. He's on about my Discord link to my server. Doesn't work. Okay, I'll take a look at that. Thanks for that, Jay. I'll sort that out when I get a chance. I've just sorted my microphone out. I hope my microphone is now louder. Lewis, can you quickly check me? Right, okay. Sam, can you drop me a copy or put in the Twitch stream a link to the BLS? Oh, right, okay. My microphone's fine. Can you give me a link to the Discord server, please? To the BLS one, Sam, please, so I can drop it in the thing.
Yeah, hang on a minute.
But no, as we're saying, folks, so this is the sort of the in-between version between the 1990s version and then the 2000, 2010, 12 version. And this is the one I'm most familiar with.
Obviously, there's one missing between the two green ones, which is half yellow end with the nameplate.
Yeah.
That's the one that's missing in between. But so you got the beginning one there, which is 1998. Then we'll say like late 2010, 11, 12, and then we move on to this yellow one that's in front of it.
Well, it was definitely in plain green in 2009 at the NYMR, so it's sort of must be around.
Yeah. The late 2000s, it was repainted into full green.
It's a confusing history, this loco is, to be honest. It's had so many different changes in livery, to be honest.
And moving on.
But Sam, that link as soon as you can, please, so we can put it in the chat for the people to have a look at, or people to go and come to join the server. No, then obviously once you've had a look, you've seen this version, which has obviously got the orange cant lining. It's got the NRN radio antennae. It's got the yellow warning stickers all over it. You then come to the current version, which is a bit of a bizarre one because I'm so used to seeing 37s on the main line with the yellow, but with the HI lamp, which obviously this one hasn't got. Thank you, Mr. Beeman. I've just seen the link and I'll drop it in the Twitch stream now. And I got to it. That's the one thing that does disappoint me about NRM is they've got rid of that warning thing. It's because it's something obviously you see on a lot of locos 37s that are on the main line. Right, okay, so this is the Discord thing for BLS. The link's the chat now. It seems so weird not seeing a HI lamp on the front of it. So Sam, you were saying
I
something
mean,
earlier
it's
to me off camera about this reskin that Lewis has done regarding the HI lamp. I forgot what you said to me.
Yeah, so Lewis, because this is something I really like what you've done, Lewis, is you've sort of changed the yellow, haven't you, in places on it, like a different shade of paint.
So obviously, I'm pretty sure we all know, but I'll just say it anyway, that D6700 is currently at the Great Central, where it had its headlamp removed and it had some corrosion repairs. These corrosion repairs, because of it, it's been repainted in certain areas. Not the full loco. So if you look at the front door, the right-hand side, the right door, is newly repainted, while the other side is just how it was.
Oh yeah.
There's
That's
a
clever.
slight difference in yellow.
Yeah.
And that's how it looks. The whole door on the right-hand side is completely repainted.
Also did it on the body side as well, some places, didn't you?
Yes, some places on the body side, it will go from being how it was to fresh green paint. There's a certain area of it. I think it might be. I think it's the side you were on the other side. There's a certain area near the top grills where you can just that's it. You can see it right there. It just changes suddenly, just with the BR logo.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
It changes suddenly from fresh paint to just a bit worn out, and that's how it looks in real life right now.
And it's that kind of effect that really looks nice on it, and I think it adds all the difference to it.
Also, another thing to point out is the original green, the full green ones have the bronze horn grills, and the two half yellows have green. So them have green, these have bronze.
I'm going to say I hadn't even spotted that, to be honest.
I say it's just little details. This is what I like about Lewis.
Alarm Kid 235 has just asked, does this loco come with quick drives? Or he's put QDs, but guys, this is one for you two to answer because I don't know.
I passed it over to Sam, as that's what he did.
No, unfortunately, it doesn't come with quick drives. The reason for that is because I literally do not know how to do that, and yeah, I don't know how to make quick drives for reskins. So there you go. But it does have scenarios. It comes with 4 scenarios. The scenarios are for the Swanage Railway by SSS, the Whitby Pickering Heritage Railway, which is the original North York Moors by SSS. And then you've also got the Great Central Railway by SSS as well, which it has scenarios for. So there's four scenarios, but unfortunately it doesn't come with quick drives. So
right, okay. We'll quickly also stress out very quickly that the route we're using this is the GCR route, but this version isn't currently available. This is a private version at the minute. I believe will potentially get released with SSS. I don't know. But this version of the route, obviously you can tell the sleepers are different, the track's different to what the release version is that's on SSS, so I better just stress that out. This version isn't currently available. This version of the route isn't currently available, so you may notice a lot of differences to what the SSS version is. But yeah, so what we'll do now, there are some other little bits and pieces on the locos themselves and in the cab views that we'll take a look at, so we'll quickly jump onto the current version here in a minute, and then we'll take a run up and down. We'll do a couple of.
Why does everyone always drive the current version? The full green ones never get any love. I'm telling you. Everyone drives the new one.
So what we'll do, we'll do a full round trip
today through stream.
So what we'll do, we'll try and do 2 full round trips on the current version, just to annoy Lewis.
What about the plain green or the half yellow panel with headlight?
I'll say this report. Point this out real quick. It should be. Looks like it from here. The 2 full green ones and the half yellow with headlights should have the NRN antennae, but the newer one shouldn't, as per real life.
Looks so these 3 have the antennae, but that one shouldn't. It doesn't.
Yes, it still has the NRN in the actual cab, but it doesn't have the antenna anymore.
Okay,
just little details like that,
Sam,
which I love.
We've been asked by Alarm Kid 235 again. Any release date for North Norfolk Railway? It's on Mid Norfolk Railway. Well, you're going to.
Which one?
Well, he's put 2 comments. You might want to check that yourself on. Take a look at the thing. But he's put to begin with any updates on MNR, any release dates for North Norfolk. I'll say now, North Norfolk isn't with BLS anymore. As far as I know, it was never with BLS. Mid Norfolk is with us. Sam, I'll let you explain that why I set the cab up for our next part of the stream.
Yeah, it's still being worked on at the moment. There's no release date for it, and obviously there's reasons for that. Because we've started to introduce new things to the Mid Norfolk. We've started to add custom assets, so stuff like custom station buildings, custom goods sheds, the lamp hut, which has recently been done. There's pillboxes as well, which is cool. And yeah, just little bits and pieces that will be handy for route builders, actually, to be honest, as well. So we are like introducing a lot of custom objects to the route, and obviously all of this takes a lot of time. And I have to go down to the Mid Norfolk and actually do a recce at some point to gather some more photos and stuff and references for Steve to make the assets. And yeah, so it hasn't got a release date yet, purely because of the fact that there's a lot of work going into it now, and it's going to be good when it's out. It's definitely going to be worth the wait. But yeah, as I say, I can't say a release date because I just don't know at this stage. I just don't know. So, you're using the one with the headlight, are you then?
Yeah, just realised nobody else can see this currently. Only I can see this currently. But yeah, what we'll do.
Yes, I was about to say, yeah, we're using that one. Everybody uses the new one. We're using one that doesn't get used for this one.
Okay, so we'll jump back into the what's it. There you go. Let's see how quickly people recognise what I've just done. I bet no one spots it. I bet even you two won't notice what I've done. I bet not even you two will realise what I've done for the time being.
For what?
You'll see. So we'll couple to the train first.
Yeah, and then we can talk about the cab and stuff, can't we?
Yes, and other things that I haven't mentioned yet. So, I doubt it because I haven't been here, but I suppose you haven't talked about how difficult it was to actually get the extended yellow panel on that 37.
Well,
No, I haven't.
You want to hear.
Action, everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. What? Alarm Kids also put on. Can the AOCLs at Durham be the ATS ones? That I don't know. I think that there may end up being the JT ones. I believe. Is that right, Sam? He's talking about the level crossings.
The level yeah, I think that's JT ones. Yeah, because obviously, we could use the ATS ones, but the trouble is that's then adding another requirement to the route, which just for a crossing, which, to be honest, isn't something that we really want to do just for a crossing.
Right. So one of the things
it's quite requirement heavy.
Yeah. So one of the big things about this thing, obviously you've explained this to me already, Sam. Obviously Lewis wasn't here when you told me this, but obviously the cab's grey as per real life, rather than, is it like a dark green in real life? Well, I'll let you two explain before I confuse myself.
Okay, so it used to have it originally had a BR green cab. But I spoke to Lewis about this because it's not realistic to the real life Loco, is it, Lewis?
No, the one that's listed here that you can see is not fully realistic. Because I went in the cab of D6700 a couple of weeks ago at the GC and could confirm that it is not accurate. But you can't get it accurate. There is no version of the AP37 cab that has it accurate. So you either get full green cab or full cream. Or grey, depending on what you'd call this. And I thought that full grey was better because you can actually the actual areas around the dials are grey, but then just below that it's half green, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's an unusual cap.
It's like a half green, half cream, and there's no version of that in the AP pack other than full green, which is obviously inaccurate.
So this is the closest you can get it, and yeah, it's better than having it as what it was before, which was just the default green cab with no NRN equipment or even a phone or anything in there. But obviously, as you've changed it, it now has all of that stuff in there, doesn't it?
Yes.
So one of the things we'll take a look at quickly before we get driving this is obviously one of the things you've changed is the horns. And if you listen to the horn at this end, and then go to the other cab, they're both very, very similar, aren't they, in a kind of way? And I quite like that.
Oh, the squeaky horn isn't there. If anyone's used the AP Volume 2 37 pack, they know what I'm referring to when I say the squeaky horn.
I know what you're referring to as the squeaky horn.
The reason behind it is obviously D6700 doesn't actually have squeaky horns in real life. It has two different styles of low tones on both ends. So we've theoretically tried to recreate this. Will did it actually. So it's Will Braddock. He did it. He changed the bin file so that the number one end horn references the one from the AP Volume 1 pack. So then you get two different styles of low tone horns instead of one squeaky horn and one low tone.
Sam, something that you haven't actually told me, and we should probably say it now. Does this mean it requires both 37 packs to work?
Yes, it does. It needs Volume 1 and Volume 2. Yeah.
That needs to be in the requirements then. Now, Sam, in fact, anybody on the stream, watching this stream, take a look at this external view I'm currently sitting on. What can you spot? What have I done deliberately for today?
Change the head codes?
Yeah, but what is it about them that's significant?
It says the first of 8.
Yeah.
22.
It's the first of April 22,
That's quite good. Yeah, very good. So it's the release date.
For that one, you should have had the full green and then said to everyone, "Oh yeah, by the way, D6700 is going back into full green."
That would have been quite funny, actually.
Not gonna lie, I still think it would have looked good in full green with no headlight. Just my opinion.
Sam, I've put a copy of that screenshot in the thing if you want to use it at all.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
I put a copy of it in the BLS staff text for you. I just thought
awesome.
I'd be trying to be funny and do that. I knew this was in development. I didn't really, because originally, for what I knew, I thought this was going to be a private reskin. But the fact it's become a public one, I think it's absolutely fantastic myself. It's lovely to see. Obviously, for those of you who don't know me personally, I'm a steam person by heart, but I love my heritage diesels. And 37s, I absolutely love them. And yeah, having this is just an extra bonus, really. Right.
I mean, I always intended it, even from starting, that it was going to be released. It was never like a noise for private thing.
Well, that's correct.
It seemed no one knew about it.
Well, no, obviously not, but.
Yeah, so basically it was a secret reskin. It was a secret project that's been going on for quite some time, and like I say, I ended up putting little Easter eggs and stuff up, didn't I? Like in the past few days, and that's where we come back to the Timken caps.
Yes, one of them was my idea. Just thought I'd say one of them was my idea.
Yeah, so we had the Timken caps, and people kept thinking it was a steam loco, like something like the Duke of Gloucester or something.
It's funny, it's funny because I thought that the Timken cap would give it away straight away, and so did Will, for that matter.
I did, to be honest. Right,
but it
and
didn't.
we're off.
But it didn't. People didn't realise what it was. And then we obviously the following day I put a British Railways logo up, and then put your SAM up, didn't I, Lewis? Because you come up with the SAM of 1,340 times 5, which equals 6,700, which was just awesome. That was such a great hint.
6,700 technically.
Well, yeah, but there you go.
If you're talking about it, or else all the maths buffs will come at us and yell at us.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
There'll be someone out there.
Oh, there always is.
Who will take offence to that. So, the yellow panel, that's something that kind of needs to be spoken about.
Yeah, what about it?
Well, so obviously, as we all know, 6700 is one of only a few 37s to have this extended panel. The only other one I can think of at the current time being one of the West Coast ones. It might be 685 as the extended yellow panel which goes over the tail lights. And this had not been done in the AP pack at all, even on the West Coast ones, which is another pack I'm planning to do, is the West Coast one with the extended yellow panel. So there's a bit of gen for you. And it's difficult to explain the process of making that extended panel without actually showing you. But basically, there's a bit over I want to say the right-hand side tail light, and just above that, the texturing stops, and then it restarts on the other side of the texture mapping, or something like that. So, to get it lined up was an absolute pain. And again, it's difficult to explain unless you actually have the texture mapping up, but obviously we don't, so you just have to take my word for it, that it was really difficult.
Yeah, well, you told us all about it, didn't you?
Yeah, because when I first did it, I had some problems with it that I think I didn't get it lined up.
Yeah, because you had to line it up, didn't you? Because it's 2 texture sheets, and it was a bit of a pain and a bit about.
It's the half yellow bit, and then just a bit over the tail light, like the texture mapping stops and then restarts on the other side of the actual image. So to line it up is really annoying. And that's the half yellow problems. But now I've done it once, I can do it for as long as I want, because once you've got it lined up once, you can line it up for every single one you do, you know? It's just originally finding that. What else is there?
We've covered the overall look of the reskin. We've covered the fact that the cab's been changed. We've also covered the fact that the horn's been changed, so it's more like the real thing. And we've also covered sort of the details of it, haven't we?
Well, I don't know, because I just joined on and you're halfway through speaking, so I don't know what you've said and what hasn't been said about them yet.
Well, to be fair, we didn't start it too long before you joined, so...
Yeah, so my worry is there's certain parts that should have been mentioned that haven't been mentioned.
Yeah.
Like the warning stickers, that's one. And how they're not actually objects.
Oh, okay. That's interesting you should say that, because I actually spotted that but didn't say anything about it.
Yes, you'll notice a couple of them are a bit low quality, and that is because they are textured on, for the simple fact that at the front of a couple of D6700 ones, I'm thinking the both half yellows and one of the half greens.
The half yellow looked quite good, actually.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can see it. Yeah.
But from far away, they're okay. But if you look on the front of the 37, they've got no stickers on.
Oh, okay.
And that's obviously, if you try and use the object ones, which come with the AP pack, it puts them on the front, and you can't choose either or. You either have both or none.
Yeah.
So to get it where it only had it on the sides, like it does in real life, I had to actually texture them on. And obviously, if we had the other green one up, the full green one, the 1998 version, that one does have the stickers on the front. That was just using the object one, that one. I knew we should have drove the full green one.
one of the interesting things about it is the fact that obviously we was going to do the nameplate version.
Yeah.
Wasn't we?
Which is basically, to cut it short, it's basically just the half yellow version with the headlight with the warning stickers, but the orange, the yellow panel is like a little bit more orangey than it normally is, and it has the National Railway Museum nameplate on. That's pretty much that one.
Yeah, we was going to do that, but unfortunately there's not enough reference material or photos for that nameplate. Like, there is pretty much sod all in the means of reference material. So Will couldn't get that nameplate exactly right, and he was never happy with it, and that's where it just resulted to the point where it was like, oh well, we just no point. It didn't last very long in that version anyway.
Yes, I want to say 1999 to 2003 when it collided with another 37 at Barrow Hill.
Oh, yeah, I remember that video, actually. I've seen that video on YouTube, funny enough.
Yeah, that's where that... Yeah, actually, there's a plaque in D6700's cab in real life, obviously not in this AP version, and it actually says repaired by Fragonset 2003.
Here, Sam, again, I've managed to stop away from the crossing this time, yet again.
But well, in that case, you know, the plain green without the warning flashes, that means it must have been in that livery sort of around when it got rebuilt in 2003, 2004 to around 2012.
Yeah, I think its storyline, like its full storyline, goes like regular BR, I think rail freight is what it was in, and then it got repainted into green with full yellow ends, if you remember that one.
Yeah, VP have done a reskin of that.
That's that version. Green with full yellow end, no skirts or anything. Then it got done up in full green, which is the 1998 version, which is the one I've done. That's
there you go, guys.
First kind of preserved. Very nice. So, the 1998 version, full green with the stickers, that's the first preserved version of it, should you say? Because technically, I wouldn't count the half yellow, the full yellow with green. I wouldn't class that a preserved livery. I just call that a little, bonus. I'd say the first preserved livery was the full green one because it had its skirts fitted and all that.
Just a quick disclaimer before we carry on, Lewis. Basically, this pack will not only be released on British Locomotive Studios, it will also be released by our friends at 84F, who are... I do recommend actually going over to their website and having a look at some of their stuff. Jake, it might be worth putting a link to their website in the description as well.
Can you drop us a link to that, please?
Just so, just so people can go and have a look at their website.
Interesting. Okay, I just figured something out that I didn't actually know, actually. And I guarantee if I didn't know it, then you lot wouldn't know.
Which is?
D6700.
Which is?
So, I'm going to tell you. So, late 80s, or around the 80s, it was repainted into the full yellow green. Then, it got painted into rail freight and went back into regular service just as a normal BR loco. And then it got repainted into full green with the skirts and all that. See, I thought it was the other way around. I thought it was just in green and then it just stayed in green. But just different versions of it.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's back to what I was saying. The story of D6700 is normal BR loco, but painted in BR green because it was the first one ever built. Then it just went back into regular service as just a freight loco in train load. Then it was refurbished, probably for the Toten Open Day that was in 1998, and received full green and all that. Then literally a year later, it had its half yellow panel fitted and nameplate, and then went back into regular service as a regular loco. So at one point, D6700 was on the main line working for EWS.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, in half yellow, which in like the late 90s, I guarantee that'd be the only BR green loco on the whole main line in the late 90s probably.
So yeah, this is the thing. I suppose that it didn't run on the main line sort of after that because the fact that it wasn't fitted with GSMR and it didn't fit under the regulations. I'm guessing not being fitted with it.
Look, I do believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Someone in the comments, but I don't think you need GSMR to run on the main line.
You do under your own power. You do under your own power. If the fact the loco was being dragged, I don't think that would be the case. But the fact if it was under its own power, yes. In fact, to run under your own power, you've got to have AWS, TPWS, OTMR, GSMR, the whole shebang. I believe. To run if you're being dragged, I don't believe that is the case. I may be wrong. Someone maybe correct me on that one. If you know the answer to that, drop us a link or drop us a comment in the stream, and we'll reply. Well, let's talk about it more.
That's funny. That's funny. I need to think of because a little bit of a side note here. I don't. Yeah, you've seen it, cause yeah. You know Will's 37s that he's done up in Chromatic.
Yeah.
They don't have GSMR, but they are mainline certified. That's the only reason why I'm a bit confused about it, because he's not done it with GSMR. And you'd think he'd know if it was required. That's the only reason why I'm confused about it.
Locos that run on the mainline usually, well, I believe they've got to have all the mainline equipment fitted to them, otherwise they're not allowed on the mainline. I might be wrong. Someone may correct me on that. Yeah, they've got to have GSMR because it's the radio system, isn't it?
Yeah, but then so's NRN. That's also the radio system.
No. And GSMR took over NRN.
Yeah, I know, but NRN's still a thing. You know,
no,
it's still.
Well, it's not because it got taken over by GSMR.
It's still in the cabs, is what I mean.
Oh yeah,
it's still in the cab, and it's actually integrated into the GSMR system.
Yeah,
it's there. It's not like been removed. They're still in all the cabs. Whether they're used or not is another question.
Well, I'm assuming the GSMR got rid of that use end, didn't it? I'd have thought. I'm guessing. I don't know. And
then obviously, well, I'll say this. I know for a fact 97s don't have GSMR.
Oh, okay. So what do they have then?
They have ERTMS.
Oh, okay.
Which is the newer GSMR, should you say? Although no, I think they may have GSMR. I know for a fact they have ERTMS. But
I'll tell you what, it's all getting confused in now, isn't it?
I know. We started talking about D6700, now we're on to GSMR.
This is a habit with our streams, isn't it?
I sent you the link.
Yeah, I'll put it on the stream. So, guys, if you want to get download this beautiful reskin, the link to our page is in the description below. It's in the stream chat below. Oh, the stream chat. So the stream chat, the link to our friends at 84F, was it?
Yep, that's
is also in the link. Is also in the chat as well. Go and take a look at both our friends' reskins, but also come and download some of the BLS stuff as well, please. It's certainly worthwhile, and I hope over time we can show off some of our BLS stuff within our Twitch streams. I'd like to try and do more Twitch streams where I show off a lot more BLS content as and when I can. If you remember, guys, at Christmas we showed off the funny enough, talking of Lewis's reskins, we showed off the Network Rail 97 reskins,
which are
it's coincidence given we're just talking about 97s.
Yes, speaking of the 97s, no one knows this, literally no one, because I've not told anyone yet. I am updating them.
Oh, okay.
As technically they are inaccurate. Mainly the fact that I'm surprised no one actually pointed this out at all, but the window surrounds are supposed to be the same colour as the whole roof, but instead on mine they're a different shade of grey. and 97303 now obviously has a nameplate, which I'm not able to do right now for reasons which I'm pretty sure everyone knows. Well, Sam will know. And 97303 has square buffers when in my version it had oval, so that's inaccurate. Also, yes, Sam, while I'm at it, I've changed it. Also, it says BLS in front of them.
Oh, good. So is there going to be an update on those as well? Yeah,
Yes, it's all just counting on this nameplate for 97303. You know, Dave Berry.
Hmm.
But whenever that will happen is another story. Yeah, it's a bit confusing, the whole history of D6700.
You're not kidding.
Yeah, it's like... See, again, I thought it was just always in preserved green, but no, it turns out it wasn't.
But no, just to think, just discuss with you 2 minutes about my idea about doing more BLS streams, showing off our both upcoming, well, content we're releasing like we have today, but also stuff we've released in the past, such as Lewis's 97s, the Black 5s, just to sort of keep people up to date with what's available to them. Just use gravity now to pull out the platform. See, Sam? Not thrashing. No thrashy.
Yes, he's actually let the amps build up before he just pulls it to full.
Well, no, it's not that. It's 10 mile an hour out of here.
I'll tell you something about D6700 is that it has new seats. It has like proper modern seats now in the actual cabs. Like I'll be honest, they almost look like gaming chairs. And it's got it's got a really annoying wall right behind the driver's seat. Right behind it's just a wall.
Ideally, we need a bit more of an audience on our Twitch. So if anyone is watching, please do share Jake's Twitch about, you know, and give us a bit more of an audience, you know, because it would be nice to have some more people watching streams on Twitch. Well, because currently I'm watching the stream now, and I can see there's only 2 viewers, and well, that's me and Luke.
Oh, it's fine. We'll do what we did last time. Switch to a steam engine, let the views die down to like none, and then switch back to 37. We'll get 10. Just saying.
Yeah, that's true.
Logic. It's worked in the past.
Yeah, what were we driving that time when that happened? I can't think. Oh, yeah, well, it was the Manor, wasn't it? Remember, it was a stream on Christmas Eve, wasn't it? And all of a sudden, yeah, that was funny. That was actually.
Also, daytime streams seem to do very well. Like last daytime stream, I mean, Jesus Christ, the amount of like views and likes that Bell got during the stream of the D6535 was incredible, really.
Well, that's something we can do for the future, really, isn't it?
Got it right.
What's that? What have I done right this time?
I was just saying. No. I was talking to Sam.
Nah.
So far, you've done all right, Jake, apart from burning out the odd contact every now and again. But ignore it, I suppose. It's nothing compared to what Sam does. I'd like to see Sam actually drive a real loco.
I wouldn't. That'd be painful.
Oh wait! He has the 33 before he starts mentioning.
And I've also driven. I've drove a 20. I've drove an 03.
Here we go.
I'm actually really good at driving trains in real life.
Yeah, it's a pity you can't be as good as driving it in TS. Personally, I find it difficult to control it with the mouse. I always did it with the keyboards.
Steam locos are so easy with the mouse, to be honest. They're very easy, in fact. It's that spring that bugs me.
Yeah, it's a bit glitchy with the mouse. That's why I do it on the keyboard.
You've got to give me a bit of credit for trying to do it with the mouse and actually getting it to work.
Yeah, but I do recommend you do it with the keyboard.
Nah.
It is easier.
No, it's not. Not for me. I prefer it this way.
It is. At least for the train brake, at least.
It depends how used to doing it. That's the thing.
So overall, Jake, what do you think of the D6700 pack?
If you can see my face right now, I've got a big bloody grin on my face. I think it's more because it's a 37. I like 37s. I think that's majority of why.
I take it you really like it then.
Oh God, yeah. Anything 37.
Yeah, I just want to say I think Lewis has done a fantastic job on the reskin.
Lewis, before you came on, carry on, Sam. Carry on, and I'll talk after.
No, I was just going to say I just think that it's really good with Lewis because he has a good eye for detail, especially when it comes to 37s. Like he'll get stuff accurate, as it were. Because I was looking at those D6700 reskins and I was thinking, oh, some of them have antennas. Does the real one have antennas? And I looked at images of them and they have antennas, and I was like, oh yes, look, Lewis has got stuff correct.
That makes it sound like I don't normally.
Oh, no, I don't mean it.
It does, though, doesn't it? It does sound like that. You just said, "Oh, he's actually got correct."
No,
Sam,
I'm saying.
Stop digging.
I'm using that again. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and it's been recorded as well, Sam. You've been caught out this time.
Okay, but he's got. What I mean to say is he's got a good eye for detail. He knows what he's talking about. He knows how 37 should look. You know.
Oh yeah, Lewis and 37s are two things that work really well together. To be fair to him.
Here's an interesting question for you, Lewis.
Go on.
Why did you decide to do D6700?
It's D6700, isn't it?
Good reason.
But what possessed you to want to make it into Train Simulator?
Well, to be honest, I don't know. I just sat down one day and thought, yeah, D6700. The green one, I was going to...
Yeah, you just sat on your sofa or something and went, yeah, I need to do D6700.
That's probably what happened, to be honest. It's been a few months, so I kind of forgot what I actually decided. It might have just been seeing it, that it was going to be moved to Derby, and I just thought, no one's done that yet. I will.
Yeah, to be fair, it kind of shocks me that AP didn't actually include it in their original pack. I would have thought it would have been like one that they would have actually done.
Yes, well, there's a few that AP
ARU too.
But it just means more for us to do it.
One I'd really like to see is 6729 with the missing door handle.
Yeah, you've mentioned this.
Sam, you're missing out on 37 thrash here.
It's not full throttle though.
Full crash.
Yeah, that's a bit better.
It's the GC. Let's go over speed a little bit. It's GC.
A bit.
GC. Yeah, we can get to, like, you know, we can get to actually, what speed are you going right now? I can't see because it's so pixelated.
30, almost 40 mile an hour currently.
Yeah, that's fine. If we just claim we're running a test run, let's get to 70.
Is Gala driving?
It is, to be fair.
Well, here's something I haven't mentioned.
Go on.
That when you first load all of the D6700 skins in for the first time,
Yeah.
they will all automatically have certain head code numbers.
Oh, okay.
Each of them on both sides is accurate to real life pictures. For
Apart
example,
from when I put
Yes.
put one
yes,
A22 or something, I can't remember what I put, to be fair.
yes. So, for example, the new one at one end, because when I was at the GC a couple of weeks ago, one end had 6Z00 to obviously represent 6700. But it was a Z, it was a Z obviously instead of a 7. So it was 6Z00, which I believe is Zulu, before anyone yells at me. And I'm forgetting what the other side was, just some like a couple of numbers I can't remember off the top of my head, but each one like
800.
maybe, I don't know, but for example the full green one, the 2012 full green one, that one will have each head code and will have it accurate to a real life picture. Until someone like Jake comes along and changes it.
Yeah. Oh, come on, it was a good Easter egg, though, wasn't it? Come on.
Or for me, for example, where I had to change it for the purpose of scenarios to recreate the head code of that particular service.
Yeah. Also, did you just go straight from full down to 0, Jake? Be honest.
Well, no, I didn't, because it did that stupid bug again. I actually, if you listen, I actually got the power shut, but it back in the cabin, it threw it back open, so I had to do it that way just to shut the damn thing up.
I'll let you off this time.
You'll see when. All right, watch when I depart here.
All right, I'll watch.
Slow down, you piece of shite.
I'll say that to a 37.
Yeah. So what Luke is saying is they're preset head codes, aren't they?
Yeah.
What you
And they're
what you
accurate
sit
to
down.
a
It's
real
preset
life
loco.
There you go, first notch, Lewis. Look, first notch.
Yeah,
10%.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, now full throttle it.
Well, we've already had someone ask a question about is the painted, the patchy paint meant to be like that, where it's like half weathered on one side and clean the other?
Yes, it is. If you've seen it at the GC, which is what it is right now, it is. It's half painted pretty much. It's got patchy bits, which you really have to. If you see in real life, it's very obvious. It's a bit less obvious from photos.
Master!
Get the field divert there.
There you go.
Get the field divert there, which is very nice. Did you put it in the on position, Jake, when you
I
did
think it went straight down to 0.
that?
That's the contactors are even more burnt out than they were before. There's gonna be nothing left.
This is what we're going to keep doing now. Whenever somebody drives a 37, like
Oh, yeah,
37,
listen,
we keep
listen.
doing. Yeah, have you put it in position?
Will has hammered it into my head that you've got to do this, so I'm making sure everyone else does.
Brakes off. Pop on the horn. See? First notch.
Good, yeah, that's fine. Just see, you've done it. You've figured out how to set off. Now I just need to know how to, notch down.
Or spool down, or whatever you call it.
No, notch back. Well, not notch back. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
So, are you pleased with your work, Lewis?
Yeah, I don't think there's any part of it that I'm specifically like, oh, that's not good. Other than just a bit gutted that we didn't have the nameplate version, but that's out of our control.
Actually, I'm going to put this out there to anyone who is actually watching this. If anyone does actually have any photos of D6700 NRM nameplates, please do send them over. Any reference material at all, because we could always release it in an update.
That is a clear picture that you can see the fonts and all. That is the main thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, so don't worry guys, I will get round to doing the BLS vlog that we did at the Great Central Railway, but it has ended up being a bit longer than expected. I filmed a bit too much that day, to be honest. So yeah, next time we go on a trip out, I'll try and not film as much and shorten the vlog down a little bit, because it honestly has been a bit of a nightmare to edit.
When is the next day out, by the way? Just
Well,
curious.
I was suggesting Ecclesbourne at some point.
Yeah, I thought it was something like Peak Rail or something.
Well, that was going to be a reference day, but nothing's ever come of that because I'm busy for the next couple of months. Stupid thing. I'm busy for the next 3 or 4 weeks. Jordan's probably busy. Sam's probably busy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a case of it needs to be a place where everyone can get, conveniently.
Ecclesbourne's going to be a good day. Ecclesbourne would be.
Yeah, I mean, Steve's already said that he could probably make it to Ecclesbourne, didn't he?
Yeah.
But it's just a case of everyone else. But the trouble is with the event that Steve, recommended. It's not the best of events. The Loco lineup isn't great.
The Diesel Gala.
The Diesel Gala, yeah, the Loco lineup just isn't as good as some of their previous Diesel Galas.
Yeah, there's not enough Locos, and that disappoints me. I've fucked up here, haven't I? I've slowed down too much. Never mind. Right, see, first notch. Yeah, I've got to admit, I was looking forward to a better Diesel Gala than that. I was hoping, we were going to have about 10 engines, 6, 7 engines at least, but no. There we go, folks. We're back in Loughborough. We'll go up to the engine very quickly. So, is there anything else you two want to say?
No, well, it's only me. Sam left suddenly.
Oh, okay.
I think his phone might have died or something.
Fair enough.
So I guess it's just you and me to close this out then.
Yeah. Clearly is then. That's nice of him. So, folks, thank you very much for watching this stream. As always, it's always appreciated. Oh, sorry. It's putting the thing. It appears my phone died, guys. But yes, I was talking about the diesel.
Yeah, called it.
Wrong flange scroll. Yes, guys, thank you very much for watching this video. Please don't forget to. I don't know what I was going to say. Please don't forget to drop the the Twitch stream a follow. That's always appreciated because it helps me out. Please don't forget to subscribe to the BLS YouTube channel, like the Facebook page, and if you want, come and join the Discord server. That's always appreciated. We welcome people to come and join the Discord server. The links are above in the part of the chat above. If you scroll up the chat, you'll find the links to it all. And please download this fantastic pack. It's absolutely fantastic. Apart from that, thank you so much for watching this stream, and we'll catch you for the next one. It's goodbye from me, and goodbye from Liz, and goodbye from Sam.
Yeah, in spirit.
Yeah.